Welcome back to another episode of Northwoods Whitetails podcast. I'm your host, Joey Davis. I'm sitting here with John Wright.
Hello.
And Shane Sandville.
How's it going?
We are sitting in the new Johnson Woolen Mills podcast studio.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet, huh?
It is. You know, I'd never been up here and got a chance to check this place out. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
They, if anyone's thinking about, well, come here, try stuff on, they've got a huge store that has got more product than I expected. They actually gave us a tour.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe how much stuff they've got in the shipping department, like ready to go. So
There's
they have inventory.
tons and tons of inventory.
Yep.
What would you say the square footage of just the store alone is? Probably 6,000 square feet?
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
It's probably, yeah.
And every shelf is full of product.
Yeah, they're doing a good job there. They're producing a lot of stuff here. So
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that I didn't even know they had.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Yeah, no, it is. And then there's stuff for everybody from, winter clothing to warm season clothing to hunting to, gals. There's a ton of jackets that I'm sure you'd like.
Yep.
So bring your hubbies down.
Yep.
Hubbies, bring your ladies down.
Yeah, they even showed us some new stuff for the ladies that they're coming out with. So
Yeah, they got some cool stuff.
it is cool.
One of the things I would like to mention is for all the lady hunters, they have redone the Northwoods 1842 coat, and they're making they made a woman's coat.
Okay.
It's tailored to fit
What colors?
the ladies. The green and black check.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, I saw one earlier. It looked pretty snazzy.
Yeah. Is that what you're going to be wearing?
Yeah, maybe. if I stay on this diet any longer with the exercise I'm getting right now, I probably will be wearing a ladies.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's dive into this podcast. Shane.
Yeah.
Fresh out of the deer stand.
Yes. Yep.
What do we see today?
A bear, about 100-pound bear, and doe. So, yeah, she spent like an hour underneath my tree stand.
Can you shoot two bears in New Hampshire?
I can. I shot one bear with a pistol, probably about like a week in to season, and then I ended up going back because in New Hampshire you can just buy another bear tag. They're cheap. Well, you can only buy two, but it's not like your special archery where you have to buy that when you buy your normal archery. A bear tag, you can shoot a bear and then buy another tag, which is what I did. But it wasn't really. If I'm going to drag out another bear, it's going to be hopefully over 200 pounds.
How far was the drag?
It wasn't that far. It wasn't that bad. I was in the national forest. I wasn't that far off the road. But I pretty much just threw it over my back, my shoulders. I dragged it up onto a rock and then put its legs over my arms. I basically just backpacked it out of there. I made one trip up with all my stuff and then came back for it.
And you shot it with a pistol?
Shot it with a 10 millimeter, yep.
What made you want to do that?
Challenge, I guess. I don't know.
Something different?
Yeah. I mean, I've shot a couple bear, but I have the time this year, so I want to try new things that I've never really done. I've never ever prioritized hunting deer or bucks with a bow. I've always just shot, the first mature doe that really steps out. And this year I wanted to try to shoot a buck with a bow, and same thing, pistol, trying to get something with a pistol. I've always thought about trying to shoot a deer with a pistol, but that's a little harder. I don't know if I'm ready for that challenge.
So run me through the whole setup of this pistol and then the bear sight. How close? You got to be fairly close.
Yeah, 25 yards is where I practice a lot with that pistol. It's a FN 510, 10 millimeter. It's got a red dot on it. I've shot a lot with red dots throughout all the years, just pistols, ARs, everything. But I don't know. I sat this year, and at 30 yards, I can hold like a 2.5-inch grouping with that gun. So I figured 25 yards, I'm pretty good. Wow. And so I set up, sit on my back up against a rock. I didn't get up in the tree stand. My buddy's the one that's got the bait, but he put my name on it so I could hunt it. There's a bunch of crazy rules with it. I'm not allowed to bait it. I'm not allowed to touch anything like that, but I'm allowed to hunt it. So, but no, I was hunting it pretty consistent. It was like the 6th morning I'd sat. So, but yeah, no, basically just went in, sat down, and about I think 7:30, I heard something to my right, which there had been a squirrel there all morning, so I didn't really think much of it. And all of a sudden, I glanced to my right, and it was right there. And of course, on the ground, when you're that close to a bear, you think it's, it's a giant bear, but they're already hard to judge. But it ended up coming in, and then I watched it for like a half an hour. Didn't really have a shot. I had a shot at the head, but I don't know. I'd rather just shoot it in the vitals because I don't want to wound a bear or anything like that, or shoot its nose off and then it basically just runs off. I'll never find it. So I just watched it. It was laying there. It looked pretty big, but it was kind of hard to tell. And then finally it stood up, so I shot, and then it didn't go about like 30 yards. But I'm shooting a 220 grain bullet, so it's a pretty big bullet, flat.
Did you feed it just one round of lead, or?
I shot 3 times, but I know I only hit the first shot. I will say there's limbs flying after, but it's just the way I am. I usually don't stop shooting. That's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
So
Now, when you say pistol, is that a semi or is it a
Yes.
revolver?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
semi. Yeah. Yeah. I've carried it for a while. I've owned it for a while, so I've shot a lot with it. It's what I felt most comfortable with. Also, I've got a Glock that's 10 millimeter. I wanted to use a 10 millimeter because it's a pretty hefty round, and it's basically like a 40, but it's kind of souped up. So
Nice.
but I asked the game warden, and when you're like waterfowl hunting, you have to have a plug for 3. With that, you don't have to plug your gun. You can, but you still have to have your 7 or 6 rounds. If they catch you with more, then that's illegal. But you don't have to have a plugged mag or clip or whatever. So I could have loaded that thing fully up as long as
As long as you just take your 6 or 7.
as long as I just take my 6 or 7. But I don't know. I asked him just because I wanted to make sure I was doing everything legal. Because I didn't even know if there's a legal caliber, which is, as long as it's bigger than a 22, you can hunt bear with it in New
Really?
Hampshire. Yeah, because I called and asked. I was like, I would think like at least a 357, or bigger, something like that. But he's like, no, anything 22 or bigger. There's a lot of guys that bear hunt with hounds, and they just run up if it's in a hole and they shoot it with it, right between the eyes, and they use all different kinds of calibers. So, but
That's cool. It's a cool
Yeah.
experience. You got one with a pistol.
yeah, it's interesting, something new.
You
Now
do
I
it
can-
again?
I'd do it again. I was gonna try it again. I think I did go down one more day, and then deer season kicked off, and now I could care less.
You gonna try the spear thing? Is that legal in New Hampshire or what?
Well, I'm wondering if it's legal for deer because I've had 2 bucks at the base of my tree, and that's the only shot opportunities I've had at them, and that's a hard shot to make. So I've thought about jumping off the tree and just leaning on their back,
Jeez,
riding them away.
that's some Rambo shit.
I've thought about it. I don't know if it would work, but I'm sure they would take off before I hit the ground. It probably would be a rough landing.
I'm sure it's not even legal. I don't know.
Oh,
that,
I'm sure
but
it's not.
Yeah.
but-
Huh. That's cool.
People do it.
Yeah.
Well, in like Africa, I've seen videos of people spearing stuff from a tree.
Yeah. So what did you do with the meat? Did you
Oh yeah, it went
get it
straight to.
cured, or what are you doing with it?
I did chops, I think. So like backstrap or whatever. I just told them the good steaks I want, but the rest is either sausage, so I can make chili and all that stuff, or just whatever I want to make out of that, and then corned bear. That's a thing that Cotton Stone, the meat cutters over where I live, it's in Orford, New Hampshire, and they do really, everybody's been telling me that the corned bear is the only way to eat bear. It's like roast. So you basically just put it in like any other roast in your crock pot with vegetables, whatever you want. And it's supposed to be really good. I picked it up yesterday, so I haven't tried it yet. But
Nice.
everyone says it's supposed to be good. But for a 100-pound bear, $195 seemed a lot. But you know
Yeah.
what? It is what it is. I'm
It's
gonna enjoy
kinda-
eating it, so I don't really care what it costs. But
Yeah, it's kind of the going rate. It seems like even for deer,
Yeah.
it seems like it's $175 plus.
yeah. But I mean, you do the math out per pound. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And you earned it.
And I earned it. Yeah. Exactly.
No shopping in the grocery store
No.
for Shane.
I don't like looking at a package of steak and it says from Mexico on it. I don't like that.
Makes you queasy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Johnny, what have you been doing?
Well, not a whole lot. A lot of working. And I'm pretty well checked out. I'm ready to start hunting,
Yeah.
but it's not quite time yet. I get another few weeks, and then I can be done. So,
What have you been working on for projects?
Been trimming a big luxury house in Hanover. Pretty detailed. Another one for Matt Niddle. It's fancy. It's neat. It's good work. Like, these are neat projects to be on, but I'm used to kind of going from job to job, 4-6 weeks at a time. So I've been there since middle of April, and gets a little monotonous. Get up at 3:30, leave the house at 5 to get up there for 6:30.
How big of houses are these?
This is 12 or 13,000 square feet.
Wow.
So it's nice. It's all, architect designed, and, you get a real detailed set of plans that you follow, and yeah.
Kind of trim package, paint or stain?
So most of it's paint. Most of it was poplar trim, gets painted. We're in his office right now, and that's all white oak, and that's getting like a clear finish.
Oh, yeah? Oak?
Yep. Yeah, white oak.
Huh.
Yep. And it's got some metal accent pieces that, like, metal crown and metal strips around, kind of like raised panels in there. So all the walls and everything are kind of like a raised panel, and then there's a nice detailed crown up top with a metal coved crown. It's neat looking. It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to cherry? Like, used to be like the high end stuff was cherry.
Yeah.
Nobody does it anymore.
Cherry's not, like, white oak is a thing until probably we cut all our white oak trees down.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like on most of our sills,
Yep.
floors,
Yep.
treads, you name it.
It's the in thing right now. This actually was supposed to be, the original plans had it as walnut, and I was kind of looking forward to that,
Yeah, they look cool.
But someone changed their mind. But it's all right.
So you got a buck picked out?
No, you know me better than that. I'm a little behind the game this year as far as getting out in the woods and exercising. I hate to admit that, but
I think most everybody, though, is in your field, right? Your line of work. The weather has been extremely dry, extremely good for working conditions.
True. Yeah.
And for most of us contractors, it's making money.
You can make hay when the sun shines.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But this weekend I'll get out, going north, do some bird hunting. Bird season's open now.
Yep.
So do some hiking. I'm looking forward to it.
Call Spalls in.
Try. I'll bring my camera.
Yep.
See, I did go out. I don't know if it was 2 weekends ago. Look at this guy. He's creeping up on you.
I don't know where he came from.
But went out 2 weekends ago and tried calling. Really good moose habitat, and there was nobody home.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just dead?
Yeah.
Like they're dead? They're just not there?
Yeah, very little sign. We saw like 2 tracks.
Really?
Yeah, just places that used to be good that just they're not good anymore.
We had one in the hollow here not too long ago. It's the first one we've had in quite some time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I say quite some time. It's that same bull last year was within houses of where he was this year.
No
I mean, a couple 100 yards.
Seemed like yesterday people were seeing moose.
Yeah.
A couple people like showed pictures and stuff, and the bulls were out traveling.
Think it's cold weather.
Yeah. Bucks were too. I saw a buck yesterday morning driving to work.
Yeah, I saw 3 of them yesterday morning. It was the first time I've seen a buck in a week, and saw 3 of them. And one of them it was like 9:30 in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, underneath an apple tree.
Oh,
Yep.
Wonder if it was a new moon or something.
I don't know. It seemed like it definitely kicked him into gear.
Yep.
What'd you see yesterday? Sitting in the stand.
Yesterday. Oh, yesterday. I don't remember. They all merged together at this point because I've done a lot of sitting, so which I'm not really good at mentally. But yesterday, I had a deer come down below me, but he ended up winding me.
Was it a he or a she?
I don't know. I think
What did it sound like, Shane?
Sound like a he. Of course, they all do, right? Until they get there and they don't have any horns on their head, and then you're just hoping that it grows horns. But
swear it's 350 until all of a sudden you see the red
absolutely.
squirrel coming.
Absolutely. I mean, the weird part to me, it seemed to be heading back to bedding versus coming out of the swamp or the bedding, the thick, I should call it, and then which normally, it's pretty common for there that the does are that time of the day are coming out and headed towards like feed, for example. But who knows what it is? I mean, this year is the first year I've had cameras since I was in high school, and they've already kind of frustrated me a lot. So probably the last year that I'm going to have them again, I'd probably just give them away to somebody because, I'm hunting so much, and I'm like, if I skip a day and I decide to go somewhere else and I come back, check my cameras, and I'm like, well, I should have been here this morning because, there's a 120-inch 8-pointer just standing at the base of my tree at 9:30. But it also has helped me, learn new spots. So it's kind of interesting. But I will say, like, when you're talking about bulls, my buddy just recently, it took him over an hour to go 3 miles on a road because the bull would not get out of the road. And he kept turning around. He'd drive away, let it sit for 10 minutes, come back. The bull was standing right where it was.
He was in a vehicle?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He was
it
in a
just wouldn't get
truck.
out of
It
the way.
would not get out of the way. They tried opening up the door, slamming the door, honking the horn. And he just was like, I mean, to
Holding his
me,
ground.
yeah, he was just holding his ground. I mean, I think he was just getting dumb,
There's probably a cow just off to the side or something.
That's what
he
I
probably
wondered.
wouldn't leave.
That's what I wondered.
Yeah.
But it took him over an hour to go 3 miles because the bull just wouldn't leave.
No kidding.
And he tried everything he could think of. And, he tried speeding up, and then it wouldn't get off the road. So he just kept, then he'd turn around and drive away. It was just, but I've also had same thing, a lot of bucks, recently. Everyone's like, well, where I hunt, everyone's like, have you seen the lack of, my cameras have died. I don't have any bucks anymore. They're just not consistent. I'm like, yeah, because they're losing their velvet and they're going somewhere else. And when that happened, my camera started picking up deer because I'm not, I'm in the White Mountain National Forest and places, I'm not too far from civilization, but, I'm definitely a ways out there. That was my goal this year, was to get one with a bow in the White Mountain National Forest. So, which I did, just not the way I wanted to.
Yeah, you wanna touch on that a little bit?
Yeah. I found a bench last year when I got my 9-pointer in muzzleloader, dragging him out. I dragged him out a different way I came in, and I remember dragging him down to this bench with oaks on it. I just remember it was like marbles, and every little sapling was rubbed, and there were scrapes all over it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to mark this on my phone. I'm going to come back here next year for bow season. So I did, came back, and I've had a few really nice bucks on camera there. It seems there's no rhyme or reason why they're there, what time they're there. Same thing with the does. But I've had bear daylighting, deer daylighting, everything daylighting. Just, consistent, just pretty much once a day. And so I've been sitting at all dayers, which is really hard for me to do. And it seemed like when I was there, they weren't, which is common. But finally, I think it was Friday, so that would have been, I think, the 26th of September. Sitting there all day, sit again. Hadn't seen or heard a single thing all day, and then it was, my mental space was not there, and I'm like, you know what? It was just almost the end of, I had probably 10 more minutes, and I'm like, you know what? I'm out of here. I take my arrow off. I just remember I took my arrow off, and I was just about to stick in the quiver, and all I could hear was sound like a vacuum coming across the top of the bench. He was like must have been sucking in acorns. That, or he was trying to smell where I took a nap for an hour and a half. I couldn't tell. I actually don't know. It's one or the other, but all I could hear was just across the entire bench, and then he comes right in. Of course, my arrow was knocked again, and I used a saddle, so I swung to the right side of the tree, and I drew back. And he just had twigs kind of in front of him, but he's broadside at like 15 yards. So then, and he was coming right to the scrape, so I picked up my bow, and I came to my left side, and when I did, I realized he wasn't going to stay at that 15-yard mark. I mean, he came 3 yards underneath my tree. And that's a really hard shot to make because your vitals, you don't have that wide angle anymore. And I shot at a buck like second day of opening in a different spot. He was velvet, actually. And I did the same thing, and since he was so close, I literally just skimmed like his belly. Like that's all I got there wasn't even blood on the arrow.
You don't have much of a target.
No. So, and that deer, I tracked him for a ways and he never bedded down or nothing. So anyways, long story short, this deer, I just remember thinking to myself, hold higher, like just hold a little higher than you think you should. And I did, but when I released, and that close, I can't see where my arrow goes. I don't know, like the sound of the bow going off. I don't know if I hit bone, nothing like that. So he took off, and I thought I heard him crash up the hill. So I'm like, all right, well, and I can see my arrow. It's stuck right in the dirt, and I can see that it's red from my stand. So I'm like all excited, get down, call my buddies, call my brother first. He's like, all right, well, check your arrow and everything. I'm like, all right. And I know not to push, when you shoot a deer with a bow, you give it at least 30 minutes. But I'm like, I'm just going to go and I went like 30 yards, 40 yards just on that bench before he went up over the top of this little knoll. And I'm following blood. I mean, there's just blood. And I'm like, oh man, I smoked him. I was so pumped. And when I got to that spot, at that point, it was dark. So I had my headlamp on. And I picked up my head and I just saw 2 eyeballs. And I'm like, no, that ain't good. So I went right back, grabbed my stuff, gave him 2 hours, waited for a couple buddies to come in. We went in and we jumped him almost immediately when we got there. So even after 2 hours, 2.5 hours, he was still alive. We assumed it was him. But there was deer all around us blowing. Well, I say all around us. There was another deer blowing and it was running around. So I didn't know. Obviously, that's not him blowing, but I didn't know if there was other deer. So we went and checked. Yeah, it was him. It was his bed. And he was still bleeding, but going slow. And so we gave him a while. I can't remember how long we gave him then. And then we checked him one more time because we all thought we kind of heard him crash, but it's really hard to tell. And, of course, there's 4 people there, so they're all trying to, oh, we should go, we shouldn't go, we should go, we shouldn't go. Give him time, don't give him time. It's just, and so one more time we bumped him, and at that point, I mean, he opened up looked like someone took a Gatorade bottle and sliced it open and just ran through the woods. So we thought, he's going to die right now. So we gave him a little bit more time because we just thought maybe he plugged up and then, whatever. At this point, it was getting pretty late, and then he ended up going for a ways, and then he ended up going downhill. So once he hit the downhill, his energy, it doesn't take almost any energy for him to go downhill as it does uphill. So long story short, we just went really slow, didn't jump him again, but we tracked blood till 2:30, and we finally came to a spot where we lost blood, and I did a small loop, probably 100-yard loop, and I remember looking up in the direction I thought he went, and I saw eyeballs. I knew it was him, so I called it off right there, and we went back. I ended up staying the night there. My friends went home because it's like an hour and a half from my house.
You spent the night in the woods?
Yeah, I spent the night there because I knew it's 2:30 now, and there's no sense in leaving when I'm just going to come right back in here at sunrise because I'm thinking if I give him that much time, he's going to be dead, and he's going to be probably right where I just saw him. So, but I gave him space. I didn't just stay right there, so.
Would you just take a snooze?
Just take a snooze. I'm good at sleeping in the woods. You can ask anybody I hunt with. I can fall asleep right on my face. It doesn't. There's nothing more peaceful than sleeping in the woods. And I'm not scared of the dark. I'm just not scared. There's a lot of people that are scared of the dark. I'm not. I got a friend who he holds my hand when we're in the dark. So he won't even hunt till dark. I'm telling you, he will not hunt till dark.
He's out of there 10 minutes before.
20 minutes before. I'm telling you.
Afraid of the boogeyman.
He won't even hunt spots. If he had a buck daylighting 10 minutes before the end of legal shooting every single day, he would not kill that deer because he would not sit there till that point. It's just not a thing. Anyways, so next morning I wake up, went to where the last bed, went in there, went to where I thought I saw him at 2:30 in the morning, did not find another bed or anything. Of course, there's deer tracks everywhere down there. It's all acorns, and it's just a really good spot. It's a really nice bench, or bottom, I should say, and didn't find him. I looked till 3:30ish. My dad ended up meeting me up there, and I couldn't find him. I mean, I grid searched hard, checked all the stream bottoms in the direction he was heading. I figured he'd be laying in one of those. Nope. And so I tried to call a couple dog trackers, and they were either too busy or too far away, something like I couldn't get into contact with one that was willing to come. And at that point, we had 4 guys in there, too, and that probably wasn't going to help. Every single one of them said that's not really great for dogs because it just kind of throws off their scent. So I backed out and I was beat. So Sunday Saturday. No, that was all day Saturday. I shot him Friday night. Saturday, I looked for him all day. Sunday, I was beat mentally and physically, and I felt horrible. I just rested all day. I didn't go hunting. And then Monday, I worked. And then Corey convinced me. He's like, dude, we just need to go back in there. Just go back in there. We're going to find him. And I wanted to go back Monday, but I had to work. So Tuesday, I drove over there after working in the morning, and we walked straight to him. It was just like we literally just made a beeline to, told him which way we needed to head. We headed there, hit the old logging road that I was on 6 times, and all of a sudden the wind blew, and we both just were like, yeah, he's right there. Walked 15 yards. He'd been pulled down between some rocks up over this little hump. I don't know if I ever would have seen him, but I smelled him, that's for sure. So, he was rotten. His hind end was chewed off. Nice wide 5-pointer. So, I don't know. I would say probably 140 to 50 pounds. I don't know. Either way, first buck with a bow in the white man before. So I was pretty happy with that, but not happy with the retrieving part. I learned a lot about that. Next time I shoot a deer like that, and I don't care who's with me telling me to keep pushing, I'm backing off. I'm giving him till the next morning. I'll take the risk of having coyotes push him around. It's just a risk I'm willing to take now.
That just comes with the experience of it.
Oh, it does,
right?
absolutely,
like the classic saying, when in doubt, back out.
Yeah.
You know, hang your undergarments up, go home, and get back on them in the morning.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like, some of the people in the group, nothing against them, but like they've pushed deer and it's opened up, and then they see the deer die after it's been laying in a bed for 2.5 hours, and since they jumped it up and it opened back up, it bled out, within 100 yards. So there's been there's controversy there, and some of us were saying we should keep going, some of us weren't, and I basically just sat back and my mind wasn't even thinking about that. My mind was just like, I want to get I want the deer, like
Yeah.
I want it to die. I want to be able to get it. So
Yeah.
I don't
fully
want it to
understand.
suffer.
Yeah.
So
No, for sure. And you don't want coyotes to get it.
yeah, and it's
but-
not legal to shoot it again after dark.
Right.
So
Do you think when you saw it that last time in the light that you boogered it more, and it
the
ran
last
even
time
further?
at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure, because he from there he was another 600 yards from there.
Yeah.
But it was kind of flat. He'd actually kind of turned and started heading uphill from where we were at 2:30 in the morning, and he'd gone over a mile from where. Because once he started going downhill after we jumped him those 2 or 3 times, the second he started going downhill, he went a ways without. He went. I don't know. I don't know. He did not stop, and probably just because it was downhill. I'm sure there was times where he did stop and stand, but he didn't bed down.
Did he
So-
bed down within the first 100 yards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we gave him that adrenaline rush. When he
Mhm.
finally figured out what was going on, I think we gave him that adrenaline rush. And adrenaline keeps things alive. Keeps humans alive, keeps animals alive, and deer have a will to live. So, but it's definitely a mistake pushing him like that. He would have probably died within, probably 200 yards of my tree stand if I just left him. Unless coyotes pushed him or something, but
You do never know. Coyotes,
No.
bears, there's enough
No.
bears, as we were just talking about before. You
Yeah.
never know what can get on him.
yeah. You
But-
live and you learn, and I definitely learned, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you made the most of it. You recovered him.
Yeah, there's a lot of mixed emotion when I did. I knew there would be, but I kind of had to close that up because, it was getting to me bad.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. Huh. Where did you hit him?
I hit him about 3/4 the way up, so my height was good, but I hit him right behind, I want to say right behind the ribs. He was pretty opened up by then, but there was definitely a hole there, and it was definitely my entry, and passed out like probably halfway in his belly because I was so high above him. So I think I hit liver and probably some gut. The arrow wasn't covered in guts, and it didn't smell that bad, but it definitely, I would say, liver, which sometimes can be a deadly shot, but not always. My buddy shot a buck, and the only thing he hit was liver. It punched right through it, and it only went 30 yards, and it died within 30 minutes.
That's
So.
kind of a rarity.
It is
because
rare.
usually when you hit them in the liver, they'll go a long ways.
Yeah.
Most of the time they'll walk till they're dead.
Right,
A
right.
lot of the times it doesn't kill them just like
Yeah.
that.
No,
real, rule of thumb, if you follow on a blood trail for 100 yards and you don't find him, back out.
Oh,
Get
I
out
agree.
of there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know it after 100 yards if he's going to die or not. He should be gushing pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Huh. Well, you got him. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What pin were you using? You said he was what? How close?
Like 3.5 yards. When I got to the bottom of my tree, I took 3 steps. I was at my arrow.
Oof. What pin did you use? Or do you just have one pin?
I don't use a 1 pin. I've got 4 pins. Not that I'm not gonna use anything over the first 2. I don't shoot past 30 yards. I don't even like to shoot past 20, honestly. But
when he's that close the next time, use your 30-yard pin.
that's exactly what I had a friend tell me, and I think that's why the first buck I shot when he was that close, because I had the same thing happen to me in a different spot. I used my first pin, and I literally just skimmed his belly,
Yeah.
and then, I mean, there was hardly no blood, and then this buck, I just remember putting my first pin on him and then coming up, and then I'm like, yep, all right, that's good, and then I released. I mean, it's almost instinct shooting at 3.5 yards, but I probably should practice that a little bit more too.
You'd be surprised where you put your 10-yard pin at 3 yards and where it hits, and where you put your 30 and it's spot on.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not a big bow hunter, but I'm definitely learning, and it's
Well, it's good that you're out there. You're doing it.
yeah. I mean, I've bow hunted for a while, but I've never been like, I don't know. I've never prioritized trying to kill a buck or anything like that. I've always just hunted the edge of a field for a doe coming to an apple tree. It's just what I've always done. So
Yeah.
put some meat in the freezer.
Well, hopefully you get after. You can still kill another buck with your bow.
Another buck, yeah. I called the game warden and I specifically put my either sex tag on that deer.
Yep.
Because I don't care to kill a doe, so
Yeah.
I can kill one more buck. But I waited until I got him tagged in and figured out, which actually took like 3 days to get it done, just because of the game warden. He was off duty or something. He was on vacation. I don't remember what happened, but. And then I finally, second I got it tagged in, then I went hunting again. Because I didn't know what tag to use. Do I write the day that I shot him? Do I write the day that I,
So so your first buck tag, you want to use your in New Hampshire, you want to use your special tag, right? They call it special.
It's a special archery tag, yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
you
antler
use-
only.
Right. So that way, your second tag, you can have either or.
Yeah,
Correct.
yep.
Yep.
But I used my either or because I'm not shooting a doe. I don't care to. I'll go to Vermont and shoot a doe. You can shoot like 3 or 4 does in Vermont with a bow.
You can. Yeah, I was reading it last night in case some came out, but you can shoot 4. Right.
Yeah.
Only one antlered, but you can shoot up to 4.
Yeah, it's something like that's crazy.
Mhm.
And I think you can continually buy tags. Like if you
Yep.
shoot a doe, you can just go buy another tag
Well,
until
you
you reach your limit.
You can. Yeah, you can actually go online and buy your 4 tags if you want for archery.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I mean, I'm not working at all this hunting season. I don't think so. If I'm not gonna go shoot a doe because I don't think I need the meat. I mean, it's just me and my brother, and between the two of us.
You guys will house a doe in a week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't
Growing
know.
boys.
Yeah, but he's never home, so he's always, with the mistress. So
Yeah.
But-
Did you guys happen to see the first 2 weeks of New Hampshire's deer kill numbers?
No.
So this year they opened up crossbow to almost all the zones, except for maybe a couple northern zones.
Yeah, I don't think you can
I'm not
use it
sure.
in. I know you can't use it across from me. B
Yeah.
or A, you can't use
Yeah.
it. I don't think.
But they pretty much opened the statewide, other than those couple northern zones. But deer kills up 50% in the first 2 weeks.
Oh my
This-
gosh.
yeah. So normally it runs around 1,000 for that certain time frame, and it's already at 1,500. It's like, oh boy.
Do you think it's crossbow related? Do you think
I
it's
think
deer
it's-
numbers related?
I think it's a couple things. I think there's more deer this year. But I do think that opening up that crossbow motivated a lot of people to go buy a crossbow. I have a friend of mine that works in an archery shop, and they sold out of all their crossbows. They made another order, and I think they sold out of those. He said it was just flying off the shelves and no regular bows being sold anymore. So
I've seen, and I'm not saying that this is why, but I've seen like she's a younger lady. I don't know. I'm assuming she's in high school, but she normally gets a doe or something or a young buck with a bow. But since they opened up this crossbow, I think she's already killed a 9-pointer. she's already killed another buck, and I've seen a lot of people that have killed deer. I mean, bow hunting is hard, right? But when you use a crossbow, I'm sorry, I've shot crossbow before. They are very accurate, and you can shoot a long ways with a crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
So the amount I've seen like 30 something deer this year already, and a lot of them I probably could have killed with a crossbow, but I had a normal bow.
Yeah.
And
I'm going hunting with you, Shane. I got a crossbow. I'll bring it over.
listen,
We can shoot some deer.
I've got
30 of them.
I've got a bunch of buddies that we always make jokes about crossbows, but I'll tell you, until I can't physically shoot a compound bow anymore, you probably will not catch me with a crossbow.
It's one of those things that if you're just trying to kill a deer, hands down,
Yeah.
that's the most effective way to kill that deer the fastest,
Yep.
right? I mean, the force that thing has, it very rarely does it not blow all the way through a deer,
Yeah.
right? They're effective. They
No,
are
absolutely.
extremely effective. If the state's trying to reduce some deer numbers, that's
Yeah.
one way to get them down there. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a guy I used to work with, and at 100 yards, I mean, he can shoot pretty much an apple at 100 yards if the wind's good
really,
with his crossbow. Oh yeah, I mean, he'll practice right out to 100 yards, and he just
Wow.
consistently shoots bolt after bolt. I mean, if you were standing there, he could shoot you in the head with the thing.
jeez.
But he's always the guy that goes and buys the most expensive whatever. He's got on his compound bow, he's got the little trigger so that his sight ranges for him and stuff and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways, I mean, it's
I'm
a nice crossbow. It works.
Yeah.
It does its job.
Yeah. Huh.
But-
Are they shooting any nice buck down your way, John?
I've seen a few pictures. Yeah.
They killed a nice one over by the lakes, right? One you sent me.
Oh.
220 some odd.
238, I heard it was.
238.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That
a
was-
good one.
Yeah, wicked tall tines on it.
Yeah, it's a real one.
Yeah. Lucas shot a nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a nice buck.
Yeah. And a couple other guys, they've shot some nice bucks.
Huh.
Hopefully not all of them.
Yeah. Nah, they. Yeah.
Never,
I think.
never happened.
I think there's a pile of really good deer out there. I think I think that it's safe to say that we are living the good old days
Yep.
of the last 15, 20 years. Like there's more buck on the landscape now than ever, and the quality, I would say, is right there. The age class of deer, there's a lot of 4.5, 5.5-year-old, and probably even older bucks out there.
Yeah. I've seen more bucks this year driving than my entire life combined. Like just driving this year.
Yeah.
No great big ones, but just a lot of young bucks. There's a ton of bucks out there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's going to be pretty good season. Are you seeing the same thing over your way, Shane?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I'm not much of a scouter, and it's just probably because whatever. But I have seen a lot of deer this year. I mean, the one thing for me is I'm 23 years old, so it just I'm not gonna say recently, but fairly recently I just started. So like 15. I wasn't hunting 15 years ago, and if I was, I don't remember it. So I mean, hunting for me is obviously it's always. I'm feeling like I'm putting in more effort, so that's why I'm seeing more deer, if that makes sense, because I'm hunting more than I ever have.
Yeah.
But you guys, obviously, it's a little probably different for you guys, but
He's calling us old.
a little bit. That's all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I don't know. I've seen a lot. I mean, I stopped counting how many deer I've seen. I mean, it's just I've seen so many deer. But
That's
I like being able to see deer, and it's one of those things where, like today, I watched that doe just walk around my stand for an hour, and I thought she was going to bed down right in front of me, but there was nothing. When she first came in, and then I realized it was a doe, I started shaking so bad the whole tree was shaking. Because that's what happens when I can't shoot it, and I get that adrenaline, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, that's not happening. It's not the deer you think it is. And then all of a sudden I start shaking super bad, and then I gotta start controlling my breathing. But it's just fun watching deer. It's fun, and then them having no idea that you're there, and you can hear them crunching on acorns and breathing, and
Yeah.
just cool. So
You have a lot of acorns on the ground over there.
yeah, a lot this year where I've hunted. I mean, that's what I focused on this year.
Is there
And-
still a bunch in the tree, or what are you guys seeing?
I haven't seen anything because I haven't been in the woods. But
Are they still-
all day for me in my tree stand. If the wind blows, it's just ding, 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 ding.
Really?
Yeah.
So they're still hanging
Oh,
on,
yeah.
a bunch of them.
And there's a bunch of, the bottomly caps are still green on the ground when you're walking in. So, I mean,
That's good.
there's still fresh acorns dropping.
Yeah. Are you
Um,
seeing any beech nuts?
I did see some beech nuts over where I shot that buck. And I was breaking them open and they had,
Yeah, meat in 'em.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, I mean, there's deer tracks everywhere in there. So,
That's good.
yeah, I mean, I'm hoping. They say acorns are really good for antlers, so and
Yeah.
probably beeches are too. So I'm excited. I think last year wasn't a bad acorn year for where I was hunting. I don't know if it was anywhere else, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
We don't have them around here enough to say so.
I didn't have anywhere. I had a couple spots at acorns last year, but I couldn't
Hmm.
find any deer in them. I had places that were just covered, and there wasn't a deer around.
Hmm.
It was strange.
I definitely think this drought has got them.
Screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like they're all over
It
the
is
place.
dry.
Yeah.
It is dry.
Yeah. I was on top of a 3,000 footer the other day, and there was plenty of deer up there, but it doesn't seem like there's any deer in between in that mid range.
Really.
It's just too dry.
I remember the day it rained recently. I mean, the amount of deer that were out when I drove home, it was insane.
Yeah.
We had that huge dry spell, and then all of a sudden it rained and got a little cold, and I mean there was just everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, the amount of deer I'm seeing." I'm like, "Yeah, 'cause they can actually move around and be comfortable, and there's water for them, and it's mostly groundwater, but streams are running. They're
You're seeing them all down low.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I think that's something right now. Like I was telling you earlier, the only place that I'm seeing buck sign is either where they're in the cuts or where they're in the grass, right? And both are a green food source. And of course, this time of year, most of those whitetails get 60% of their moisture from greenery.
Yeah.
So I think that has a lot to do with it. What
Yeah.
is holding the most moisture? And when I was talking with Connor there the other day, I was like, "Where did you see that? Where did you see that buck? Was he in the shaded section?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's definitely where he was. That's where all the sign is." And you figure just in that shaded section in the morning, that holds the most moisture, so that those plants are soaking it up.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
yeah, that's what most of the deer that I'm seeing too. Same thing. They're all
Yeah.
down low for the most part.
I've had to run my windshield wipers every morning driving because the dew is so heavy every morning,
Yep.
just nonstop almost.
Yeah. We had a good frost the other night.
Yep.
It's a pretty good one.
It's good.
So yeah. So moving forward, what's plans for fall?
Shoot a big buck.
Just one,
I don't know. Maybe two.
maybe two.
Start with one. Hopefully.
Mm.
You? What are we
Me?
doing? What do
Oh,
we got
man.
going on?
I haven't had that much time to hunt the last couple of years, and I had told myself that I was just gonna lay some out. Like, however, I just went to Kansas and passed two of them up. They were both 140-inch bucks, and I should have shot them, but I have that problem that if there's a far bigger buck coming, I'm not shooting
Yeah.
the lesser of the deer. Right? It's
Fair.
Yeah, there
Right.
was a 160 coming, and I waited. Even the last night, there was a half an hour left of light, and I just let him go. I mean, I had the safety off on him, and I was like envisioning him on my wall. I mean, his antlers were pretty unique. They came straight up, and about the tops of his ears did his brow tine start,
Wow.
and then he just went out and forward. And he only had probably like 8-9 inch G2s and probably 6-inch, 3s, but just a beautiful buck. And I thought about it, and I was like, no, there's a half an hour left of daylight. That 160 was there the morning before and the night of. I was like, he could step out, and he never stepped out.
Brent shot a really nice one, though, huh?
Yeah, that was a beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, we taped it out at 171.
Wow.
That was a
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah, it had 8-inch G4s.
Oh, gee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't see a buck too
No.
often with 8-inch G4s.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good trip. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm hoping that we get some snow. There's some really big bucks around.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we get some snow and get onto them. You
Yep.
know.
Yep.
But Time will tell. What about you, Shane?
I don't know, probably the same thing I do every year. Just wake up, get in my truck, get my clothes on, get in my truck, and go drive to a spot that I think is good.
Mhm.
That's usually what I do. I mean, obviously this whole camera thing, I'm trying it again this year, but I've got one buck that I'd like to get, but I'm not going to focus on him. I'm just going to do what I've always done because in the years and past, I hunt my cameras, not the deer. So it just, I don't know. I'm probably going to take my cameras out once bow season comes to a halt, and then
They can be a major distraction.
Yeah.
I got rid of them in 2017 and haven't looked back.
yeah.
Are you running cells or
Yeah,
regulars
I
or
bought
what?
two. I literally, it was like a split. I was in Walmart. I was walking through Walmart. I look over and I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to buy a 2-pack.
Yeah.
Thinking, yeah, whatever. So figured I'd put them out, and my dad's already got the app. He runs cameras. When we were kids, we ran cameras. But I used to run into the woods. Like when I got out of the truck, it was like a race. Like I wanted to get to the camera first, check the pictures, you know. I wanted to see what was on the camera. And so I don't want to be that way anymore. So
Yeah.
and that was in high school or probably even before that. So I don't know why I did it, and I'm probably just going to give them to my dad because it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. It's just horrible. Plus, if you get a deer, you're not allowed to hunt it that day. If you get a deer on camera, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Like if I get a deer at 9 a.m. in the morning and I want to go hunt it that afternoon, I can't. I have to wait till the next day
Right.
to hunt it,
Right.
which is also a pain in the butt. Which is fine. I'm not gonna just run in there and hope to get him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like
Yeah, what if you had plans to hunt there anyways, though?
right, and then it ruins it.
Yeah.
That's my point. Is it ruins that, which I hunt pretty much every morning and every afternoon right now. That's pretty much what I've been doing. So I'm pretty lucky. So
Do you think you'd be better off using those cell cameras elsewhere of where you're hunting?
probably that one spot. It's like an hour and a half from home, so it's kind of useful. So I don't, but I already plan on going and hunting there, so I don't. I probably should just go drop them off on a highest mountain I can, so I don't even have to worry about it. But
I bought a dozen of them this year.
Yeah, you were saying that.
Dozen cell cameras.
You got them all out.
Nope.
I'll put them out for you.
Yeah, you should. No, I think I got 6 of them out. I just haven't had time to put them out there. But, as much as we've talked about the cell camera thing, I figured it's best to actually try it before you knock it, right? And the one thing that it definitely does is it saves me a boatload of time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if every single one of those, there's 6 of them out there, and every single one of those is a half an hour just to get to, that saves me an hour each camera, so that saves me 6 hours, right? And that's 6
Absolutely.
hours. If that means that I get to spend 6 more hours with cash outside, then so be it, right?
Well, plus I'm sure he likes looking at the pictures too, which is a whole nother thing.
Absolutely loves it.
I mean, I feel like a kid every time my phone goes off, and I want to jump on there and see what's on there.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of daylighting bucks, and it's exciting to see.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it pisses me off.
Yeah. I planted a food plot at the house, because I've got deer all over. There's 6 deer out there regularly.
Yeah.
All hours of the day. And I put a camera out there for him, just a regular camera, and we went out and pulled it the other day, and he thought that was the coolest thing in the world. He's figuring out how to use my computer and look at them, and Beepaw, which is my old man, shows up, and he's got to show Beepaw the buck that's out there, and he's gonna shoot it, and, But yeah, no, I mean the cell camera thing, other than a time saver, you're not gonna chase those things around. You just chase your tail.
Oh,
That's all you do.
100%.
But it definitely saves a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I still have a pile of regular cameras. Getting them out is a different story. But I love the video, especially of those Brownings.
Yeah.
Usually I put them on signposts and just walk away.
Yeah.
Moose trails, that type of stuff. So,
Mm.
yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you on the next one.
No one can save you. You better